Am I live? Yeah, I'm here. All right, I'm here. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hotel Cockerel. It's Jose. Welcome to everybody. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of January. That's the one. Wednesday, the 22nd of January. I hope everyone is really, really good. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all wrapped up warm. And for those that are living in cold countries that are currently experiencing winter, and for those that are currently experiencing warmer climates, I hope you're happy and healthy and warm and enjoying the things that you do. For those of you here in Europe, especially in England, brace yourselves for Thursday and Friday. We have the 9th storm of the year, or something like that, they said, or the 5th storm of the year, it's been named, and apparently it's bringing 90-mile-per-hour winds. So some of us are going to have it really hard Friday, and harder than others, because I think some people will be on 70 miles, some people 80 miles, and some people 90 miles. But I hope everybody is well. What I was trying to do, and the reason why I couldn't see you is because I'm trying to get the other two competitions set up so I can provide updates on them. And I'm just messing around with it in the back at the moment, and then I'll be ready to show you guys. Yeah, here we are. Right, I'm ready with the second competition, and I've got the first one. Right, here we go. Right, so I hope everyone is well. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I want to big shout out to everybody that's supporting the channel at the moment. The numbers have increased recently, so therefore I also thank the newer supporters and those that have been with me from the start. The numbers are growing. I'm starting to get more people viewing shows, and I'm starting to fit in some more shows as and when I can because of work commitments. And I've managed to get a couple in, at least extra shows in a week, which has obviously helped out. And I've had different people on. So for the people that have watched, the people that I've been on as guests, thank you very much. Couldn't do it without any of you guys. So thank you to all of you. Spurs GCTV is here. Says, afternoon, Jose. Hope you're well, sir. I'm tied up with work, so we'll miss the show. Sorry, but I've smashed the like. Only 9 points, I think, this week. Hopefully, Dan Coys did worse than me. Then we've got Johnny's here. Johnny says, afternoon, years, and afternoon, Gaffer. Good afternoon, Johnny. I hope you're well, mate. You and the family. In the bin. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you in the bin. We also have Drula, the real deal D. Afternoon, Jose. Cockerel and Cockeret's posse. Good afternoon. That was a tongue twister for me, Drula. Good afternoon. I hope you're well. Ronnie's here. Says, afternoon, Jose in chat. Good afternoon, Ronnie. I hope you're well as well, sir. Big up, Jose, and chat. Good afternoon from Jimmy Hotspur. Small downs to you, Jimmy. Small downs to you. Anyone that says big up, I always say small downs. Archer's here. Says, afternoon, Jose in chat. Good afternoon, Archer. We've got Jordan in the house. Hi, Jordan. I hope you're well. You need to tune in on Fridays, Jordan. We can get you back into doing predictions again. Ryan G says, good afternoon, Jose. Good afternoon, Ryan. I hope you're well. Adrian, the Oracle, birthday boy yesterday. You survived? You sober today? Because you were going to have a few wines last night, I think. Good afternoon, Jose. Good afternoon, the Oracle. I hope you're well. Jesse, afternoon, Jose. Chat. Hope you're all well. Good afternoon, Jess. Right back at you, sweetheart. I hope you're well. Paul G says, afternoon, Jose in chat. Good afternoon, Paul. I hope you are well as well, sir. And then you have the inimitable Wayne Bonner says, afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all well and ready for the Benny Hill show tomorrow. And then Ryan G says, good afternoon to the chat also. Right, so I'm going to start with, some people will say boring, but I'm going to start with it. And it is, I'm going to show you, give you an update of where we are in Predict the Prem. These other two competitions that we do online, the links are in the description of the show. So if people want to join in, they can do. In the bin says got 8, pretty sure. I haven't got to that stage to ask the questions yet. And Peter Kagayat is here. Good morning to you, Peter. Hi, all 308 in Melbourne. Peter, you need to message me to tell me when you've got days off, because I have messaged you, but I didn't get a response back. I wanted to know when you've got days off. So I hope you let me know. I'm hanging on to top spot in the FPL. Had a shite week again. Right, but we'll start with we'll start with the Predict the Prem. So any of these competitions that show you now, the Predict the Prem or the Fantasy Football League, you can enter at any stage you want. The links are in the description. But the Predict the Prem is where we'll go first. And these are the first scores of the weeks. Right. So you can see that Graham is top. And he's extended his lead by 28 points. So for people to understand, Predict the Prem is exactly the same type of competition that we do with predictions, only that it's Premier League predictions only. It's done online, and you get points according to the goals that teams score, the goals that they concede. So to make it easy, if you say that you wanted Aston Villa to beat Nottingham Forest 3-0, and that's the score you put in there, if you score 3-0, right, you get the correct score, you score 5 points. But on the goal difference, you would get points for predicting the correct 3 goals being scored. And that's goals for, right? And none against. So it's kind of weird, but this is a different way of playing. But in this league, you've got Graham, who's ahead by 28 points. Chris Peters is now in second. The Sheriff in third. So Chris Peters is a former leader. The Sheriff was a former leader. Rob Belcher's a former leader, is in fourth. Ryan's now in fifth. Edem is in sixth. Danny is dropping like a stone down into seventh. Kevin Clark, former leader, has crept back up because he was 12th. He's now eighth. Tot Spurs is ninth. Destiny is 10th. Scott C is 11th. Alan is 12th. Ronnie, Smithy, and so on and so forth. I'm down in 24th, but that's because it's not accepted loads of my predictions, because you can see there's a lot of people on 219 games. I'm only on 203. So I've lost out on 16 predictions, even though I have predicted. So well done, Graham, for staying out in front in this competition. Right. That's competition number 1. If you want to enter the Predict the Prem, the link is in the description. Anyone is welcome to join and play. Yeah? Right. Second competition that we do is Fantasy Football League. And in that, I only ever talk about the teams that have gone, they're in green. Because if you're in green, it means you've gone up in the league. So, with that being said, right, is it showing? Yeah. Right. With that being said, the people that have moved this week is Julie Tottenham Mum has gone into 55th. James has gone into 54th. Johnny Vasco has gone into 53rd. Just a Harmless Potato up into 51st. And the next ones we've got are Samuel into 50th. Kelly or Kells has gone into 49th. Destiny up into 46th. I haven't seen Destiny do predictions for a while. John is into 44th. Eltel Cockerel is into 41st. Dave is into 39th. Me, my other account under my real name, is gone up into 36th. AJ into 35th. Chris Peters into 31st. Ronnie is into 29th. Anthony Herbert, who was once a leader in this competition, is now in 25th. Adrian Chia, I've not seen in a while for predictions, but he's in 24th. Carl Simpson has gone into 22nd. Kevin Clark is into 20th. Jess is up to 19th. Robbie is up to 16th. Zoe's up to 15th. David Powell has gone into 7th. Graham, who we all know as Cuba, has gone into 6th. Nicholas Collison has jumped into 2nd place. And the leader is still Ryan G. But Ryan G's lead has been cut to 7 points. Big cut. If you can see the previous week's points, he was well ahead because second was Ped, and Ped has made 10 points on him this week. So, Ryan G, well done. You are still in first place. So we've had no change in the first two competitions. Right now, have we had anyone else come in whilst I've been doing that? Let me have a look. Ed M is here. It says, afternoon, Jose in chat. Jimmy Hotspur says, Forest chasing Cunha whilst we sit on our hands. Unbelievable, Jeff. Collins here says, hi, Jose, got the images in. I saw that, Colin. I saw that. Thank you very much. I hope you're well. Ryan G says he's up to 5th place and he's happy considering that he missed the fixtures last week. Oh, look at that. Dan Coys is here. Says, big up, dropping like a stone because I did not play. Plus, I've sort of checked out predictions. I can't be asked anymore. Big up anyways. Ooh, that's not very good, is it? About you can't be asked anymore. You're the one that was giving it. I don't know. You asked the rest of the crowd. You were giving it the large one that you were going to come and win this competition this year. So I'm hoping that you end up winning it because, you know, it takes a brave person to say, I'm going to win it. But you've been saying that from day one, from when you started playing last season. So anyway, we'll find out how you got on. And Peter Gagaias has gifted 5 channel memberships. It's very kindly, Peter. Didn't realise. And these have gone to Bill Greenwood, Serge, Swadix, Vindaloo, and James. So if any of you come into the show, it was Peter that gifted these to you. So thank you very much, Peter. You have Roundtable Talk saying, morning, good morning, Nick. Right, so this is where I ask you guys, now I have to open it up on my laptop. This is where I asked you guys, how did you get on last week in predictions? How do you think you got on? I will only say yes to you if you've given me a correct score. If you haven't, I'll just say no. But you can only guess once, and then I'll do what I normally do and show. All I've got to say is last week, the average points, which I haven't done, let me do it now. The average points is 9.2. 9.2 is the average points. And what I will say is there's some good news out there for once. That's what I'm going to say. There's some good news out there for once. So you lot guess, and I will tell you if you've got it. And if you haven't got it, then I'll just say no. But there's no more than one guess. So Ronnie says he thinks he got 14. So let me go back up for Ronnie. Find Ronnie, and I'll tell you, Ronnie. Ronnie, yes, sir, you have got 14. Jimmy Hotspur reckons he got 12. Let's see what Jimmy Hotspur got. No, Jimmy Hotspur, I haven't got you down for 12. Just checking again. No, I haven't got you down for 12 at all, Jimmy. Ryan G says he's 11. Ryan G, I have you at 11. Roundtable says I have no idea, but 9. Nope. Roundtable talks that hasn't got 9. Ed M says he thinks he got 8. No, Ed M, you didn't get 8. In the bin says he thinks he got 8 as well. We're in the bin. In the bin. Where are we? Let's find in the bin. We had 5 new players start this week to play. And yeah, it's grown. No, in the bin, you didn't get 8 points. Peter is the most kindest. Gent says Johnny Bethnal Green, and he certainly is. Drula says she got 15. Drula, you did get 15. Archer says he got 9. Where's Archer? Archer's up here. Archer, you did get 9 points. Johnny Bethnal Green says he got 5. You had 2 really good weeks, Johnny Bethnal Green. but you didn't get 5 this week, mate. And Colin Blackshaw says, good afternoon, Jose. Good afternoon, Colin. And then people sound like each other. Right, so these are the scores on the doors. So each game that you start with, we started with Newcastle versus Bournemouth. And Newcastle-Bournemouth ended up being 1-4. And the only person, there's two people predicted an away win, and that was Gus Parker, so he gets a point, and Peter Kagayas also gets a point, because they both predicted an away win. Everybody else predicted either a home win or a draw, and therefore scored no points. Game number 2 ended up being Brentford 0, Liverpool 2. And for this, the correct predictions came in from Raw is War, Richard, Ryan G, Paul G, Ian Meth, and that was it. There's 4 people got that correct prediction. Going back up to Leicester versus Fulham, that ended up being 0-2. And the people that correctly predicted that were yours truly, Neil, Alan, In the Bin, Michael Chelsea, and that was it. The only people that predicted the 0-2 scoreline. The next game ended up being West Ham 0, Crystal Palace 2. And that was correctly predicted by just yours truly. I was the only one. Yet, Colin, Ronnie, Mikey, David Clark, Colin, Ellie, and Paul G all predicted away victories and all scored a point. The next game ended up being Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2. And there was quite a few of you that got this right. You had Hanno, Jimmy Hotspurs, Lee Wiz, Ronnie, Kuva, Jess, Grant Packham, and Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy asked me to put him down to 2-2 for every game, and that's the only points he scored for the week. So Brian Daigle used to do this last season when he played. He used to say, if I'm not in the show, just put me down to 2-2 for every game. That's why we've now christened the 2-2 draw. Instead of being a Desmond, we've now calling it a Daigle instead. The next game was Everton 3, Tottenham 2. In this game, there was one correct prediction for this game. And that comes on the second page. And that correct prediction came from Lord Rodney Trotter. Lord Rodney Trotter said 3-2 to Everton, so therefore got that right. But the other people that picked up a point for the Everton victory were Rinketic, Kuva, Ronnie, and Jimmy Hotspur. All predicted an Everton victory, so therefore all scored a point. The next game was Man United 1, Brighton 3. And the people to get this correct prediction were yours truly, Alan, Kuva, Ryan, Rinketic, Colin Blackshaw. And that was it. They all predicted a 1-3. Anyone else in orange picked up a point because you would have correctly predicted a Brighton away victory. The next game ended up being 3-2 for Nottingham Forest versus Southampton. There was quite a few of us that were on 3-1, but only one person got the 3-2 scoreline in Forest Southampton, and that would be Drula. Drula correctly predicted the 3-2 victory for Forest. The next game, unsurprisingly, ended up being Ipswich 0, Man City 6. Now, apart from a couple of people, you can see that everyone scored an orange in this game. The only people that didn't score points were Daniel Levy at 2-2, went for a 2. Michael Chelsea went for a 1-1 draw, and Gus Parker, I don't know why, but he went for a 1-0 victory. But nobody correctly predicted the 0-6. So everyone, more or less, apart from 3 people, everyone got a point. Then we move on to Chelsea Wolves, which ended up being Chelsea 3, Wolves 1. And the correct predictions there were yours truly, Carl Simpson, Graham, Lee Wiz, Drula, Johnny Bethnal Green, David Clark, Ed M, Billy, David Shear, Peter Kagayas, Jimmy Talks Football to James, Daykaru, and Spurs fan John all correctly predicted. So quite a fair few of us predicted the Chelsea versus Wolves score. The next game was your first bonus game of the weekend, and that was Girona versus Sevilla, which ended up with Girona 1, Sevilla 2. And the people to correctly predict this score were Colin, Mikey Romero, Alan, Drula, Adrian, Colin Blackshaw, Bobby K, Peter Kagayas, James, all predicted that correct score. The next game ended up being Stuttgart 4, Freiburg 0. And for this game, no one correctly predicted the scoreline. But there was a fair few of you that predicted the home victory. There was a fair few of us that predicted the home victory. So therefore, we would all scored a point each. And the next game ended up being Juventus 2, AC Milano 0. The only person to predict the 2-0 victory was Alan. If you've got an orange, it's because you predicted a Juventus win. The majority of people went for, I believe, either draw. I think the majority of people might have gone for draws in this game, but it was a home victory, 2-0. So the only person to get that right was Alan. Anybody else that's got an orange there, it means that you predicted a Juve win, even though a lot of people have predicted a draw. And then the last game of the weekend, or the last bonus game, was Leeds 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Thank goodness for late goals, because that gave me a correct prediction. That also gave Rinketic a correct prediction. That also gave Colin Blackshaw a correct prediction. Rob Belcher, correct prediction. Michael Chelsea, a correct prediction. And Ian Meth, a correct prediction. So there, no one told me. I've not read the chat. No one's told me that I didn't take the Cockerel out of the way. Let me get the Cockerel out of the way. Sorry. Yeah, there's the Cockerel out of the way. So, what say the crowd? What say the crowd? Let's have a look what the comments are saying. 19 points for Jose this week. FFS, do the bonus predictions count? Yeah, they do in the bin. They do count. Every point counts. Michael Romero. Michael Romero says, afternoon in the chat, and boss man Jose. Hope everyone is doing well. Yep, it's all good, all good. Let me see. Who got the Spurs results right? You did, Lord Rodney. You're the only one that got that one right. I said 3-1 Chelsea if I was being realistic, but I went optimistic, went 2-2 FFS, back to predicting Wolves to get battered. You got Mikey Romero says 200 club what? Right. 31 people in here, only 19 likes, as we've gone down from 31 because it's not everyone's bag, the predictions. So sometimes you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. Right. So what I will say, let me just make sure that I'm right in what I'm saying to you guys, is, yeah, with the predictions, with the table, what I've done this time round, that should have been remained yellow. Right, what I did this time round is some people broke barriers. And for the people that have broke barriers, I've put them in orange. It's likely that the people that are in orange also would have been a green this week, possibly. I think all bar one would have been a green anyway, meaning that you've climbed the table. But I've left people as oranges because they've broken some of the milestones, so to speak. So the league table, and we've ended up with 5 new. How many blues did we have last week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 5 new players last week. So we now have a total of 123 players that have played this game. And the table looks like, so from 123rd to 117th, not much change. From 114th upwards, the people that have moved this week are your people in blue. And you know what? At the end of the table, does that sound okay? Right, I need to chop this out of the way. So bear with me a second. Right, there we go. So, never met this fella, but we had a Milos Yakolovicic who left his predictions after the stream. Never seen him in the show, but left them after the stream. I messaged him on the stream itself, after the stream, and I said, you know, is it your first time? Blah blah blah. He said, yeah. He says he usually does predictions all the time on his channel. Decided to come and do them here. Well, he scored 4 points this week. He's a first timer. Anyone in blue, you're a first timer. Anyone in green, it means that you've gone up. You've gone up in places. And anyone that's in orange, you broke a milestone. But the oranges are more than likely to have been a green, meaning you would have moved up. So you have Milos is straight into 116th. Wayne Bonner from 123, first week, straight into 100th. Philly, first week, straight into 99th. And the reason why Philly's ahead of Wayne is because Philly got 1 absolute correct score, because that's how we break it down. And then if that can't be broken down from there, we go by alphabetical order. So then the next mover is Spurs fan John, first week, 94th, scored 11 points. The biggest mover of the first weekers was Mark Taylor. Mark Taylor scored 13 points and has gone straight into 86th. Daniel Levy climbed into 85th. Michael Chelsea's gone into 82nd. In the bin has gone into 81st. Right, from 77th to 39th, we have Lord Rodney has gone into 66th place. Rinketic is up to 57th. Dekaru is up to 56th. Stacey is up to 53rd. And Archer is up to 52nd. Grant has gone into 48th. Big round of applause. Jimmy Hotspur has broken the 100-point barrier and is in 47th. And the Spurs Danalist has broken the 100-point barrier and is in 46th. Neil has climbed into 40th. And then the top sees Bobby K into 37th, Jess into 36th, and Finn into 35th. They're all on the same amount of points, but their only differentiator is the correct predictions, where Finn's got 16, Jess has got 14, Bobby's got 11. But they've all climbed 37th, 36th, 35th. Richard has climbed into 33rd. Lee Wiz into 31st. Jimmy Talks Football into 24th. Alan into 22nd. Drula is up into 18th. I'd say that this week the possibilities are that David Shear, Drula, Edem, Paul G can all possibly get to 200 points, because this Friday we will have the 10 Premiership games, and I'm going to do 4 bonus games again. So the same as last week, it'll be 4 bonus games. I'm undecided. I've not put them in yet for the Friday show, but that's what we're going to do. So with 14 games being played, it's quite obvious that David Shear could climb up there. Smithy has a good week. Quez has a good week. Alan has a good week. They've all got a chance, but there's a lot of people on this page. I expect everyone on this page, if they play weekly, everyone on this page will break 200. In fact, let me go back. I will tell you now that everyone plays, and I will say that if everyone plays on this page, and I'm going to go right down to Anthony Herbert, everyone plays, and even the people beyond that, I'm going to say stick with my 70 people comfortably will break 100 points comfortably. But to break the 200 points, at the moment, we have in 15th, it's David Clark. He broke to 200 points. Mikey Romero, 14th, broke the 200. Ronnie into 13th, broke the 200. Colin Blackshaw into 11th, broke the 200. So at the moment, the 200 club has 15 players. The 100 club, let me just go back, the 100 club currently has 47 players. And then the next mover apart from that was me, 6th. So I moved up one place on goal difference, if you like, again, to Ryan G. We share the same points. And it was just a flip-flop between me and Ryan on the correct predictions. And at the top, as you can see, extending his lead by 6 points is Graham. Saying that, Kuva has closed the gap down to them all because Kuva had a really good week. He's closed the gap. He's in 3rd, but he's closed the gap. And that, people, is where we have the league table. What are you guys saying? Hanno says, hi, guys. Kuva says, big up to all. Small downs to everyone, Kuva. Small downs to everyone. And you've got Rinketic is here. Good afternoon, Rinketic. I hope you're well. Is Rinketic the Arsenal fan? No, it's not. Vindaloo's the Arsenal fan. Edem says, fingers crossed to break the 200. Edem, you're going to go and break 300 comfortably. 300, you'll get that comfortably. You've got to remember, people, we are in game week 23 this weekend, which means we have 16 more Premiership weeks, right? And we have all the bonuses that we do. And when there's international breaks and when there's the FA Cup weekends, we have the big 20 games that we do. People will score and rack up points. It's up to you. If you're in this every week, you will rack up and score points. Mikey says, big up Ronnie, great climb up. David Clark and Ronnie also, congrats for hitting the 200 club. NM is, sorry, Mikey's saying NM, I believe you got this. Ronnie says 200 and is clapping. Happy to be 36, says Jess. Hanno says, what number am I? I just showed the league tables, Hanno. You currently sit in. Where's Hanno? Ninth at the moment, which was on the league table itself. Cooper closing on the top, says Ryan G. Jimmy Hotspur says, great score, Jose. Yeah, it's the first time that I've been, I think, man of the week. First time in the whole season. A bit like the others, I think the saving grace for quite a few of us is the bonus predictions, because the Premiership throws up absolutely everything. You know, it throws up absolutely everything if you're not sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I must have missed something. I'm looking at, yeah, the bonus games. Sorry, the bonus games give us a lifeline to some of us, but it is what it is. So give me a second.
Okay, hurry up then.
Right, so the guy, well, you're not a Tottenham fan, are you? With the stuff that you were chatting earlier, I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue what you guys are going on about, but be kind to each other. Archer says you've got to be in it to win it. That's right, Archer. That's right, Archer. Guys, be kind to each other. Come on, let's be kind to each other. I don't want any stuff like that happening here in the chat. Let's be kind to each other. So yeah, what I will say is I had a conversation today with a really nice person, and she will be returning to the shows on Sunday. Ellie is back. Her voice is back. I've prepared a show. Haven't titled it yet because they both wanted to wait till after the Hoffenheim game before I title the show. But there will be a live show with them on Sunday morning, which I've already prepped. So what I've got planned for this week is Friday we'll do week 23 predictions. And on Sunday I've got a show ready for the ladies. And on Saturday, depending on how I feel, I might do another live show on Saturday. But guys, it was just a quick update to give you the scores because I've got to shoot. I've got to go out. So it was just, as I said, to give you an update of where we were. Does everyone know where they are now? Do you all see? Have you all seen yourselves in the tables? Have you all seen your scores? If there's anybody that needs me to repeat their scores or show them the table, then please let me know now, and I can show it to you before I go. So it's your call, guys. You lot let me know. No? Okay. Well, if that's the case, then what I'm going to say to you lot, listen, be nice to each other. Yeah. Don't need none of that overreach. Just be nice to each other. Right. And what I will say is I'm going to wish you all the best. If you can consider hitting the like button, it'd be great. Whatever it is that's going on, yeah, don't need it. Right. Listen, be good to each other. Behave. And I will see you all on Friday. So take care, everyone. And I'd like to thank Peter for gifting the 5 channel memberships today. So thank you very much, Peter, for sponsoring the show. As you normally do, all I need to hear back from you, Peter, is when you're off work, because I have messaged you, wanting to find out when you're off to see whether there's a show can be done, because it's worth having you, because obviously you keep sponsoring me. You keep sponsoring me. I need to put you in the show. But thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your update. It is a flying one today, but I hope you've enjoyed your update, and I'll see you all on Friday at 4 o'clock, as per usual, normal time, to do week 23's predictions. And as always, from me, it's come on, you Spurs, and in the big Ange I trust.